time, the indefinite continued progress of existence, and events in the past, present, and future regarded as a whole. It is a measure constructed by man to keep the mind in a prison. Since birth, we've all been contending a race that no one will ever win. The constant struggle of the everyday hustle and bustle just to punch another man's clock. Priceless seconds ticking away till one day you wake up and you're old. There's a ninth dimension beyond that which is known to man. It is a parallel as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It serves as a meeting point between light and darkness, between science and superstition, religion and politics, and it lies between the pit of man's fear and the summit of his knowledge. For the remainder of this episode, we will journey to the unknown, one time for your mind.
Yeah. So this is your man, the International Tate Incorporated, back with another edition of One Time for Your Mind. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Team Tate America. Don't be history, become history. Once again, Team Tate Canada, vision, not division. I also want to give a shout out to the presidential players for allowing me to have this platform once again. And of course, if you're hearing or viewing this channel or this podcast and you're watching on their channel, make sure you like and subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, but also go check out their music. I also want to give a shout out to Soul Harmony. They just dropped their debut album, From the Soul, a few months ago. Doing well, streaming. It's on some radio stations here and there. Their videos are pretty cool also, different. So I applaud them for trying to go above and beyond to do something the mainstream industry isn't doing right now. A lot of people are scared to do that because we have a lot of followers and not leaders, so they're not really interested in setting trends. They're interested in being trends. So I often tell people, don't ride the wave, become the wave. So today's subject is going to be a quick one. Today's subject is actually called messy. Okay, and so let me kind of go over a few things for a few bullet points. If you got a notepad or even your phone, please take note, because a lot of people need to hear this, and it's great to have the perspective from a man perspective every now and then. So let's get into it. Number one, being too attached is not a sign of love, but a fear of loss. The ability to let go comes from having complete confidence that what's meant for you is already yours and does not need to be held so tight or even held at all. And all that leaves only makes way for something better to replace it. That's something that people don't understand, but go back over that and listen real closer to that and see how that applies to you. Let's talk about prostitution for a second. Okay, men and women want different things out of relationships. Okay, women want financial stability and security, and men want submission and sex. Completely polar opposite when it comes to things. Okay, women connect sex to money so quick and casually, but will lose their mind if someone implied it was prostitution. Men want pretty girls to have sex with, and women want guys with money for the stability and protection. Relationships are so transactional. They really ain't unconditional anymore, or even at all. That's okay. Prostitution is way different. If a dollar value is attached to the effect that you give a person you're in a relationship, then he's a customer with an illusion of love binding him. Okay? People shouldn't have to pay for relationships, man. It should be equal. You know what I mean? If I buy you lunch today, you should buy the man lunch. It's not traditional anymore. People are like, well, it's traditional that a man asks me out on a date, or a man pays for this, or the man opens the door. It's 2021. Things are completely different out here. But yet, when a man wants a traditional woman, a woman to stay at home, cook and clean, you don't want me, you want one of them slaves. You need to go back to Africa and pick one of those up. Or, what you think this is? I ain't your mama. And those are the people who end up single. But see, mainstream TV and radio or social media make it so cool to be single out here. Like, single is life. You know what I mean? I'm gonna turn up, blah, blah, blah. You can't turn up forever. You're getting older, and when bills are rising and going north, your body parts are sinking and going south. Well, let that sink in for anybody listening to me right now. And that's both men and women. Okay, a lot of social media is fake, man. They put things out in front as an illusion that this is how life is. Okay, I did a podcast a couple episodes back when I was talking about why successful people hide. They hide because there's no reason. If everybody knew you were successful, you wouldn't be able to go outside in public, because everybody and everything will be a threat, because you got so much and I have so little. And somebody who has nothing to lose and everything to gain are some of the most worst people to be around, man. They're dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So let that sink in for a second. Y'all be on social media thinking y'all exposing and embarrassing your ex, whether it be your baby father, your baby mom, when in reality, you just been exposing yourself. That was your broke bum dude or girlfriend. That was your broke dude or girlfriend. That was your dirty underwear wearing dude or the dirty panty, discharged wearing woman. You chose to, to suck and, have sex with that. We don't care. You look stupid. It's best to keep it off the internet, man, but people don't understand that. Remember, it's easy to spot a blue car when you're always thinking of a blue car. It's easy to spot an opportunity when you're always thinking of an opportunity. It's easy to spot reasons to be mad when you're always thinking of being mad. You become what you constantly think about. So you need to watch yourself. And with that said, you need to watch your mouth. Like I said, some people don't understand that. And I had to learn the hard way as well. One who is happily looking for a soulmate, but feels like they ended up with a degree in psychology, specializing in narcissistic personality disorder. You got people out here who say, I'm not toxic, I'm broken. Right. You said the same thing I said, nothing at all. What's the difference describing somebody who emotionally abuses somebody or physically abuses somebody? It's all in that of the beholder. You know what I'm saying? What you mean toxic and broken? Me personally, I don't fix broken toys and broken people. Some things is destined to happen. If it's destined to happen, who am I to step in the way of fate? It's your fate to be like this, I guess. So sometimes you gotta take things for face value. You know what I'm saying? If this person looks super good, whether it be a man or a woman, and nobody out here has wiped them or cuffed them or put a ring on their finger, something's wrong with that person, man. Think about it for a second, man. If it looks too good to you, it usually is. And we've all heard it before. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. What glitters is not gold, and the grass ain't green on the other side of the fence. We talk about it. We've heard our parents or caretakers talk about it. Maybe you've seen it in action in real life. Maybe you're seeing it right now, but you're choosing to ignore the signs that are right in front of you. And once again, that's your problem. It took me a while, but I've realized that everyone has a motive when it comes to do what they do, and they don't care how it affects others. Think about it. You're all good when your friends are around, and as long as you're providing the weed, or maybe you're paying some bills or something like that, or you're providing some type of service. You're all good and fine and dandy, but the moment that dries up, there goes your friendship or your relationship. It's dangerous to have people around you that envy you. They're looking at you as competition while you're looking at them as friends or family. I don't even have friends, man. I got brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? If I've been knowing you for so long and I ride with you like that, you're no longer my friend. I refuse to refer to people as that. You're my brother or my sister. I hear people say, before I get in a relationship, I want to be friends with my man and my woman. Wait a minute. Oh, back up. Okay. People are friends with their kids. Does that make y'all in a relationship? Does that make you want to marry them? You got kids out here divorcing their parents. I literally know people who are still paying for their wedding while they're going through a divorce. They're still making payments on the wedding bands that they spent out here while they're going through a divorce. Maybe this is the sound. Maybe the sound of my voice is talking to some of y'all out there. If you cannot understand why someone is grieving for so long, consider yourself fortunate that you do not understand. We all heard the Serenity Prayer, right? And if you don't know what it is, I'm not going to take time to go over it, but just go and look at the Serenity Prayer and see how it affects you, and try using that for once. Try reverse psychology. It's not trying to play mind games with somebody. It's just literally trying something different. If you tried everything and it doesn't work, then try something different. If first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. That's a shout out for a leader right there. Shout out to whoever wrote that as well. But it took me some years for me to realize that. It took me about 20 years actually for me to realize that. I guess I'm telling you my age right now, but I'm okay with that. That's why I don't dye my gray hair or my silver hair back black, because people are out here dying at 21. We live in the age right now, especially in the year that just passed, where dying in a young age is cool, or being sacrificed is cool. That's what I call it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all listening to Tupac out here. You know, Tupac was in his 20s when he passed away. Biggie Small, and then when in their 20s when they passed away. These guys were not old, man. Shout out to them for the music, man. But these were young guys that were taken so soon, taken before their prime. Imagine they've been around in 2021. What type of knowledge or what would the music industry be like today? You think they'll still be talking about what they were talking about in the 90s? Probably not. A fake person in your circle is worse than opposition or an op. At least you know the op's intentions. Okay, let's sink in for a second right there. That's gonna blow a lot of y'all's mind right there. So I'm always open for, suggestions and stuff like that. So if anybody has a suggestion for a new podcast, I'm always open for that. Okay, here we go. So when I was 15, I used to date women that were older than me, because an older woman knows what she wants, okay? Versus a younger woman is trying to still learn herself, and she still hasn't figured out what soaps and perfumes work with her body. Versus an older woman, she don't necessarily care to receive anything. She's more concerned about your happiness. She's more concerned with giving. You've heard this before in the season that just passed. It's better to give than receive. For the women out there and for the kids out there who have fathers in their life, let me go over something with you that'll help you out when it comes to Father's Day. If it hasn't already passed or if it's coming up, you'll know what to get your father or father figure. So I wrote a little poem. It's called Here's to All the Good Dads. All right, here we go. Here's to all the good dads that paid for a dinner when no one was grateful for it. Here's to all the good dads who didn't know if they'll make it to payday. Here's to all the good dads who are trying their best to be a good man and good father in a society that devalues men. Here's to all the good dads who lost their patience multiple times a day because they see their life passing with their dreams still in their chests. Here's to all the good dads who never hear, I'm proud of you, because those are important words to a good man. Here's to all the good dads who work long hours and leave all the day's frustrations at the door to be there for their kids and their wives and their family, because that's what real men and real dads do. Here's to all the real men who love so much, even when they feel like they are failing. Here's to all the real men who shoulder the weight of the world for their family and who are doing anything and will do anything for their family. So last but not least, here's to all the good dads. You're doing a great job, and I'm proud of you and proud of myself as well, because I consider myself a great dad. Although I don't need validation from the internet. I just kind of know. I grew up in a household where we didn't say I love you and stuff like that. We didn't do a lot of hugging and all that stuff like that. But we showed it. So everybody shows love different and receives love different. So don't chastise somebody if they're doing things that are differently from the way you might have grew up, or you don't see it like that, and for whatever reason, never tell somebody, why can't you be more like somebody else? If they be more like somebody else, you're gonna lose in some other category or factor. Think about it for a second. If you say, why can't you be more like Halle Berry? Have y'all seen Halle Berry lately? Right. Now, those looks starting to fade. So let's hope Halle Berry has a good personality, or something else going for herself. I mean, she got a little money, but you get the point out there. You know what I'm saying? You can't always look at you can't always look on the surface for something and say this is what it's going to be. Yet it takes something to attract you to your soulmate. Me personally, I'm into good personality and good conversation. I don't really care about the body and stuff, because those things are going to go. And once you get in a relationship, the thing that you like to do, believe it or not, cut that in half, because it doesn't last forever. So you have to have more than one characteristic that keep you attracted to somebody. if you're dealing with a soulmate or your mate, you're in the courting process, whatever you did to get that man or that woman, you need to keep that energy up. Don't ever get lazy out here, because somebody's always gunning for your position. And statistically speaking, there's 10 women to every man on earth right now. And most of the men population is gay, or locked up, or dealing with the other team, or jumping across the fence. It's a thin line between love and hate. It's a thin line between a job and no job. It's a thin line between death and life. Think about it. Everything has a balance. In order for balance to work, you have to have a good and a bad. You have to have not necessarily a black or a white. It has to be an equal and opposite opposing force, or it wasn't work. How you think churches work? If church was all good and everybody was going to heaven, there would be no need for church, because whatever you did doesn't matter. You're going to get forgiven and you're going to get accepted into heaven. Sometimes you have to hear the devil's on the other side, and the devil made you do it, or whatever the case may be, to give you something else to not be like. And then you go on the internet and you see little videos and little quick stories about how some people die or have out-of-body experiences, right? And they either go to heaven or hell for a few minutes or a few seconds. It may seem like days, and they say either I don't want to be there, or I've been to heaven, I'll take hell instead, or I've been to hell and hell's not what you want, I want to go to heaven. You understand the situation, but that's for another story. Let me leave with this right here, and I'm gonna go. Last bullet point. Watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Watch your words, for they become your actions. Watch your actions, for they become your habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. And watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the International Tate Incorporated, and you've just heard the award-winning podcast of One Time for Your Mind. I'll catch you next time. Please don't get left behind. I'm out.
One time for your mind, one time. One time. One time for your mind, one time. One time. Break free of the box that keep your thoughts confined. Concentrate to hear the message through the rhymes. One time for your minds. Pry your eyelids open. Don't ignore the signs. Take chime in with his peace of mind. Message spreads to all. To beware the times. One time for your mind, one time. One time. One time for your mind, one time. One time. Break free of the box and keep your thoughts confined. Concentrate and hear the message through these rhymes. One time for your minds. Pray your eyelids open. Don't ignore the signs. Take chime in with his peace of mind. Spread this message to all. To beware the times. One time for your mind, one time. One time. One time for your mind, one time. One time. Break free of the box that keeps your thoughts confined. Concentrate to hear the message through these